Are you Prestavian Westbrook? And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Will, Your Honor.
Right out the gate, we're in legal hot water. Preston Westbrook is facing a felony theft of a firearm. But wait, did he steal the weapon? Or is this about possession? Stick around, this case is way more complex than it sounds.
Mr. Westbrook, in cause number 25, DCCR 0101, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of theft of a firearm, and that is from November 15th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you guilty or not guilty? Well, there's no I guess guilty. Did you do it or did you not do it?
When you say stole it, I ain't steal nothing.
Okay. Were you with some people who stole it?
No, man.
Your Honor, he bought a gun that the police checked and the gun came back as stolen.
Okay.
The probable cause, I'm sorry to step on you, but the probable cause affidavit represents that the defendant indicated to law enforcement that he had some knowledge that it was the firearms.
Let me look at that real quick. So did you know it was stolen?
No,
The
man.
gun was stolen in 2015, in which he would have been 8 years old.
Here's where it gets tricky. The firearm was stolen when Preston was just 8 years old. So, what's the law say? Possessing stolen property knowingly can still land you a felony, even if you didn't do the stealing. Would you take a plea just to get out, or fight it in trial?
So he did buy the gun off the street. I mean, I guess you can feel like it might be stolen, but he was 8 years old when the gun in Hardin County. So clearly he's not the one that stole it. But it's indicted as if, he appropriated the property with the knowledge that it could have been stolen, and that's what he was indicted on.
That's the state's position.
So what you told the police was that you bought it for $250 and that you believed it was stolen because that's what other people had told you. Is that right? Okay, so if you didn't know it was, if you didn't know it was stolen, if no one told you it was stolen, obviously you didn't steal it.
Is the heart of the drama. Preston wants out of jail fast. But Judge West hits pause. She knows this moment could shape the rest of his life. No deals without understanding the cost. And that's justice in action.
Because of the dates of all of that. But if you didn't know anything about it and you were just buying a gun illegally, that doesn't mean that you should plead guilty to theft of a firearm. So I want you to be careful what you say today, because when you were standing over there in front of the clerk, you put your hand up and you swore to tell the truth. And so you can't say, I just want to take this deal and get out of jail, but then stand up and say, I didn't do it. If you didn't do it and you didn't know, then that's what trials are for, and a jury can decide if you either did it or you didn't do it. But if you're in front of me and you want to take this plea agreement, it's going to be because you actually knew what was going on. So you either did or you didn't. Do you want to talk to Ms. Holmes for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay, y'all go visit for another minute. Just for a minute, though. Let's see, you also have, let's take care of,
Daniel Moore. He decided to plead. Daniel.
oh, okay, what about Jamal Caddy?
We're gonna need a reset on that.
Do I need to bring him out or anything?
No, it's dealing with priors because he potentially may be habitual.
We're gonna reset Caddy, and let's take care of Daniel Martin, and then you can go visit, with Mr. Westbrook, and if you need some time on Westbrook,
Yes,
we'll
ma'am.
reset it
Because
for
that was my whole goal not to plead. I was like,
I mean, it doesn't sound like that's
yeah. That's
I don't know,
I told
but-
him not to do it, but I think he just wants to get out.
Daniel Martin. Yeah, Daniel Martin changed his mind. We said we were gonna reset it, but they still
Yeah,
have them?
he changed his
Okay,
I'm gonna email the attachments.
Thank you.
That is fine.
all right, sir, you're Daniel Martin?
Yes, ma'am.
And, let me get this pulled up, hold on a second.
Judge, with the court's permission, may we proceed on count one only on third degree arrest?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. And that's 0299, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Mr. Martin, in cause number 250299, the state's elected to proceed on count one only. It alleges you committed the third-degree felony offense of harassment of a public servant from August 29th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And because you did what they charged you with?
Yes, ma'am.
And then in cause number 250300, you're charged, and we're going on all of them in that, we're going on,
Is that the state jail?
yeah.
He's playing a 2-year state jail.
So it's state jail only and not the
Yeah.
priors in that one?
Oh, I see what you mean, Judge. The priors were making
Second degree.
on that. That's my error. I didn't flip the page.
That's okay.
Over. I was just
So
looking at the restitution.
count one only?
If the court would allow. If not, I'm happy to.
Well, I guess I'll see what happens at sentencing. I mean, what's the agreement?
It's a
2
time
years
off or
state jail.
2 full-year state jail.
Oh,
It's 2 years on that and 4 years on the other one.
and the other one, he would be habitual. Okay.
If
but-
I need to revisit the offer,
No,
Judge,
no,
that's
no, no,
my
no,
mistake.
no, no. I just need to make sure I'm doing it right. I'm sure, I mean, unless you want to revisit it, and you've looked at it and you know what the cases are about, if you're comfortable with going forward with that, that's fine with me.
I am, Judge, if the court is.
Okay.
I think insurance took care of the restitution issues.
Okay. So in 250300, the state's also elected to proceed on count one only. In that case, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of criminal mischief from August 29th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
And because you did what they charged you with? I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am.
In each of these cases, I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state's marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Ms. Holmes?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes, ma'am. I do.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreements that you've made with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, do you understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law?
Yes, ma'am.
State tenders number 1 in each
No
case.
objection.
It's admitted in each case. Is there any evidence that Mr. Martin is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, sir, in each of your cases, I'm going to find that you entered your pleas of guilty freely and voluntarily, find that you're mentally competent and understand the nature and the consequences of those pleas.
Let's break this down. A deferred adjudication means Preston avoids a conviction if he completes probation. No record, no felony, but one wrong move, and it all comes crashing down. High risk, high reward.
In cause number 250299, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of harassment of a public servant. Sentence you in accordance with your agreement to a term of 4 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. In cause number 250300, also find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of the state jail felony offense of criminal mischief. Sentence you in accordance with that agreement to a term of 2 years in the state jail prison. You will also receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. These cases will run concurrently, which means together at the same time. I'm going to hand you in each of your cases the trial court certifications that shows these were agreements that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. I'm also going to hand you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgments entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term, and you should read the written admonishment I provide you to see what devices qualify as a firearm. If you have questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or about how long that lasts, you can talk to Ms. Holmes.
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck to you, sir. You can go back with the bailiff. With Mr. Westbrook, and you had a minute to talk to Ms. Holmes. Ms. Holmes, what's the position?
We'll move forward with the plea.
Okay, so Mr. Westbrook, you were able to talk some more with Ms. Holmes about the law, and so I'm going to ask you the same questions that I asked you a minute ago, okay? You already entered your plea of guilty. Did you do that freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you do that because you did what they charged you with? Okay. I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as Exhibit Number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Ms. Holmes?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand those papers?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? So if I say yes or no, please,
Yes,
for the...
ma'am.
That's okay. And so it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 5-year deferred adjudicated probation, no fine.
There actually was a $1,000 fine.
I'm sorry. I
It
didn't
typically
put
is.
on
Yeah.
that.
How much? 500?
It was 1,000, Judge.
There would be.
I'll
How old are you?
500. I'll amend my offer to a $500 fine.
So there would be a $500 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding? Also, do you understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? I have to ask everyone that. State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Westbrook is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
Is there any other history? Obviously, he's young. Anything that you
Judge,
see?
none as an adult that's reflected in my file. There was a 2023 assault as a juvenile, but other than that, that's all the criminal history I have.
Did you get probation when you were a juvenile? What happened on that
That was
case?
a fight at school.
It was. What happened on it because of it? Did you get in some trouble?
I went to juvenile to Minnie Rogers.
Right.
But, I don't even think it was that long. I think it was like a day or two.
Right. And then when you got out, did you have to do any kind of probation or anything like that? Okay. Any opposition to me waiving the pre-sentence report?
No, no.
Okay. Mr. Westbrook, I'm going to again find you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent, you understand the nature and the consequences of that plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to defer all proceedings, place you on probation for a period of 5 years. You're ordered to pay the $500 fine, and you're ordered to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, this is such a great opportunity for you because you don't have a felony conviction on your record. All right? And if you successfully complete this probation, at the end, the case will be dismissed. You will never be a convicted felon. Part of this probation is going to be that you are not allowed to possess a firearm. There is no reason for you to be out on the streets buying guns, because all that's going to lead to is you being in here for something a whole lot more serious. So you're young. Now's the time to direct your life in a whole different way. If you don't like it out there in jail, then stay out by doing what you're supposed to. If you're hanging around with people that are messing with guns and all that, stop doing it.
Judge West isn't just laying down the law, she's offering a roadmap out. Early probation success could mean early freedom, but the message is, loud and clear, mess up, and the system won't be so forgiving next time.
Go to work or go to school, go home, live your life so you can live it like the rest of us. Because here's what can happen. If you violate any condition of probation, you don't follow the rules, you test positive for drugs, you don't show up for your appointments, you get another case, whatever it is, You can be brought back into court. You would be found guilty, so then you would be a convicted felon.